Alright, today I'm going to show you how to use Autodesk Inventor to create a fluid volume from a solid volume. There are different ways to do it, but I found this method to be very good, especially for complex geometries. So this you can use this to import your fluid volume into your CFD analysis. So in this example, I have a simple box with some modules in it, and there is an inlet and outlet. So this could be electronic box with some cards in it, or it could be a room with some objects in it. So for that, first we need to create a box that encloses this solid volume. So it must be larger than this volume. So for that, I create a part, and I create a rectangular box 15 by 15 and 15 inches deep, and I save the part and I call it box. Next, we need to create a assembly, and we need to bring both the box and the solid volume into this assembly, and then we need to drag our volume to be completely inside the box. So I drag it and make sure I rotate, make sure it's completely falls inside the box volume. And then I save this assembly. Next, I create a new part, and under search, I look for Derive, and then I select my assembly, and then this window pops up, the Derive assembly window. Here you see both the box and the solid volume. I want to subtract the solid volume, and then here I select the first style, Derive style, the first one, and then I want to subtract my solid volume. So I hit the subtract button, and then when I hit OK, it's going to create the fluid volume, as you can see from the cross section. But you end up with some extra volume that you don't need. You need to trim. For that, I first export this volume into a step file. So I call it fluid. And the reason is it's easier to work on the step file. And then I just open the step file I just created. And I look at the cross section. There are different ways to trim this geometry now. I'll show you two methods. First is just to use the direct command and then snap to, and then you basically remove the material that you don't need that way, and then you hit apply. Same thing on the other surfaces. You snap to this, and then same thing on this surface, snap to this. Then another option is you use a use the split command. For that, you need to create two planes on the surfaces you want to remove. And then you use the split to split your geometry. So on there, make sure you select the solid, and then under tool, you select the planes that you just created, and you can see it splits along that plane. Same thing for the other side. Split, select the solid, and select the tool, use the other plane. So you end up with a bunch of solid. So now I save it again, export it again, a step file. I just overwrite the step file that I had, and I open it again. So you end up with a bunch of solids that you don't need, so you just delete the one that you don't need, and you end up with your fluid volume. Thank you for watching. That's it for today.